Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Standing. My name is Beth, and I am here today with my TBR for middle grade May. Now, if you don't know, and even if you do, middle grade May is a readathon where during the entire month of May, we just try to read at least one middle grade book and hopefully a whole lot more of them. This readathon was created by Akosua K. This is fourth, fifth, sixth, somewhere in their year for us to be doing it. I usually co host, but this year we have all been so busy that my co hosting duties are kind of just taking care of the Goodreads page. But you can find middle grade May at Goodreads, and we like to post our favorite quotes from the books we're reading there, as well as on Twitter and Instagram, and of course here on BookTube. Now, while our normal challenge is just to read at least one middle grade book in the month of May, we do have another challenge, and this year that challenge is to read outside of your comfort zone. So if you normally read the subgenre of fantasy, instead of reading a bunch of middle grade fantasy, try a contemporary or a horror. So I normally read a lot of fantasy, and I have a lot of not fantasy. I've got some historical, some sportsy. I'll just get into it. Now, last year, before middle grade May, I wrapped several or all 50 or so middle grade books I had on my TBR shelf in this Tinkerbell wrapping paper. So I have 10 books that are unwrapped. These are just books that have mostly been added to the TBR this year, although a couple of them were previously wrapped and have since been unwrapped and not read. And then I will unwrap these 5 as well. So let's get into it. The first one is P.L. Travers' Mary Poppins. So this is kind of self-explanatory. I'm reading it with my 6-year-old, or I will be after we get done with Anne of Green Gables, which she is loving. And this is the next classic she wanted to read. So this is her out of her comfort zone. Although I'm thinking classics are kind of becoming her comfort zone. She's very much enjoying Anne of Green Gables, and she loves the movies of Mary Poppins. So I'm hoping that she'll love the book as well. Neither one of us have ever read the book before. Next, I have Freaky Monday by Mary Rogers and Heather Hawk. You can tell from the title, it's basically a Freaky Friday retelling. Then I have Heather Vogel Fredericks, Absolutely Truly. This is, I think, a mystery of some sort. It's about a girl who moves to a tiny little place called Pumpkin Falls, New Hampshire, and she is not happy. And she's helping at the family bookstore one day, and she finds a mysterious letter inside an old copy of Charlotte's Web. So it sounds like a mystery, and I love mysteries, so I'm kind of sneaking this in though because it's contemporary, and I don't do a lot of contemporary. Next, I have a historical fiction called Out of the Dust by Karen Hess. I've read bits and pieces of this because I thought we were going to be reading it with my 6th grade this year. However, there are some things that happen in Out of the Dust that would have hit too close to home for my students this year. So I DNF'd it, put it to the side, decided I'd read it for middle grade May since we were not reading it at school. That's what I'm going to do. Next, I have an adventure story. It's Explorer by Catherine Rundle, and I honestly don't know much about it except it's an adventure story. It has one of the coolest covers I have seen in a long time. Then I have 2 sports books. One is Mike Lupica's Summer Ball. It's about summer basketball, guys. And then the final book that I have that is unwrapped is this honker. This is the Wisenard series, and I'm putting it in because it is a sports book, but it's also a little fantasy, and you're going to let me get away with it, so don't worry about it. This is a like basketball camp with a semi-magical coach, maybe, possibly. It was created by Kobe Bryant, and then he was very close in the creation of the book, which was actually written by Wesley King, but this is Kobe Bryant's brain baby. So there is that one as well. And those are the 10 that I already have unwrapped. So let me set those to the side and let's unwrap the other 5. Now, I do want to mention that while I'm only showing you 15 books now, I will be adding books. So as soon as I finish a couple, I'll talk about them and then add the next one, because Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books and myself like to challenge each other to do a book a day in May. Middle grade books are usually simple for us to do that with, and we just love a good challenge. I think we've both managed it the last 2 years. All right, this one is Sidetracked by Diana Harmon Asher. I don't remember buying this, owning this. So there you go. It's been wrapped for a year or two. I forgot all about it, but I'm gonna guess it's about track. I've got a student going to state track this coming weekend. He made it in pole vault and hurdles, I believe. So I am super excited about that, and we'll definitely be reading Sidetracked over the weekend while he's over there getting his track on. All right, what is this one? Ready? Ooh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This must have been in one of our Scholastic boxes. I don't think this needs any explanation whatsoever. Should be nice and fun to breeze through, I hope. All right. Can you see it? What is this? No One Needed to Know by DJ Driver. Oh, I remember the author sent this to me to read and review, and I plumb forgot about it. This is about Heidi, who's 12, and her brother Donald is 16, and he's autistic, and he's kind of lower on the spectrum, and she's starting to be embarrassed. So I'm actually looking forward to reading that. That will be something else that I don't normally read at this juncture. All right, next we have Garvey's Choice. This is written in verse, as is Out of the Dust. And I can't remember if I've read this before or not. So we shall see, but I don't think I have. I know absolutely nothing about it. And then the final book for today's needlessly long video is Out of the Dust. I'm not going to read it twice, so I will pick a different book for that. I didn't realize I had 2 copies of it at the house. This can go back to the school and be on the shelf. That was great. Very fun. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I hope that you will indeed join us for Middle Grade May and even Book a Day in May. If you plan to, go ahead and come talk to me in the comments below. Let me know you're going to join us. Let me know if you've got a TBR set up so I can go watch your video, all those good things. Don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Talk to me in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.